Way! You thought we were gone. We're not gone. We're back. It's the best stream in GRS. Oh, hey, how are we doing? Season 9, round 9, lots of nines. Brazil, who's going to come ninth to take the ultimate 9 this
I had
race.
to make a guess. I'll put Stephen in 9.
We're putting Stephen Trodden in 9th.
I could see him in 9. You know.
Let's do it.
He's got the 2 in his username, but I think if he got second, that'd be delightful.
Oh, mate. I mean, Scott, what's it? Sky's your limit. That's the one, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, we're joined by Charlie Roberts.
Hello.
There might be some RB bias, but I'm all for it because.
Oh, never.
No, absolutely not.
Wouldn't come from me, mate.
Nope. Anyway, let's. I've remembered how to do the menus right off the bat. This is good. David Hoy, yes, Callum, hello mate, how's it going? Welcome to what should be another incredible GRS stream. As we're just waiting for someone to leave the garage. I think an Aston Martin's doing it. Is that Bart? Or is that Harry?
Oh, I'm gonna guess it's Harry.
It is Harry. He's got the pit limiter on. Harry Spankswick, as he was unfortunately named in one of my Driver of the Day polls earlier on in the season, will be the first one to give us a tour of the track when the game... There we go. Game wasn't figuring out how to hop on board with him, so that's good. But anyway, we're here now. Let's see what he's made
Jake
of.
out was a Red Bull as well. Robert is out.
Alright. This is always the boring bit, that's why I'm not saying anything at the moment, because, it's just cars in it.
Just watching.
Just driving around, so, we'll get on board with Harry Spanswick, as he's actually named. So he's giving us a little run to the lines, using a lot of overtake and hot lap before this first corner, which is... it's not the strategy. I like to run medium until I get to just before the line before I slap it in hot lap. Leaves you with about...
I'm normally just quite simple. I just leave it in hot lap.
Oh, yeah, that's also fine. It's like some soft battery strats around here, just because there is quite a lot of straights, and especially the run up to the line as well. You kind of top out, regardless. So you might see Harry struggle with the battery towards the end of the lap. But we'll see. He went a little bit wide in turn 1. So we'll see what that does for him. He's just getting a banker in at the moment as turn 5. Probably going to catch some people out. It's easy to lose the rear. You've got to be aggressive and run the low brake bias.
This corner right here that Harry's taking is normally my problem, but sometimes it's quite difficult to get out of it.
Yeah, I think both of those Sector 2 right-handers, like the slow ones, are going to be problem corners for people, because... I don't quite know what's happened to Bart there, but he has retired. He's gone. Alright. Don't think Luke would be happy to see such a casualty already. But, 108.3. One over the line. Bamford, yep, okay, Bamford in the 9s. Is this Robert next coming to the line? It is Captain Algebra with a 9.5. We've got Stuart Bradbury, followed by a Haas. Quick fire round. I think it's Liska. Here it is. 108.0 for the Haas. I believe he got the win 3 weeks ago in Kota after penalties. Stephen's going again. Alfie's following him, so Alfie might have thought Stephen's done a lap there. And you've got Lowry, who's on an out lap, and Elite, who's invalidated. Is this Mitch? This is Mitch. 108.2. Mitch actually practiced this week, which was a bit of a surprise. Wore the 108.6 on mediums, that's a bit gross. One of the few who probably did. Yeah. I think he just kind of wanted to know how to drive the track, which, I mean, is always sensible. Let's go back on board with Stephen. Oh no, he's backed off again. Alright, never mind. About Alfie and Lasalba, he's pushing for a lap. So he's got a bit of a laggy Red Bull in front of him, who's a little bit all over the place. What's it going to be as he comes to the line? It's a long wait between, you know, the beginning and the end of it, so just kind of chill out for a bit, I guess. Bastian clearly is not going again, David. Why are you even trying to hop on board with him? War is
Jake is on the approach to the line.
Very
little battery left. Decent.
Yeah, not too bad really, and I think Lowry's probably going to round things off for cars on track. GRS Season 3 veteran who's recently returned to the league, and he's probably just trying to find his pace a bit on this game as he's sat on the sidelines for quite a while. I think Stephen's just getting practice in at the moment on this first set of softs, just figuring out what lines are the right ones to take. Don't blame him really. It's 9/10 up with no ERS run, so the practice is working. Seen some decent results from him, to be honest, throughout the course of the season. He's left a bit on the table, but there are some pretty fast people in this tier.
Has been pretty consistent in the second half of the season.
Yeah. Oh my god, what has happened to Bakalik? He's just died. I hopped on board and his car was aggressively vibrating. I think he's crashed in the pits and then the game's put him on the track.
I think he has. I don't think that's hindered anyone. The only person to come round was Stephen, and he just finished his lap.
Yeah, should be fine.
I think he's going again.
Interesting. We're going to hop on board with Strike, who is Sebastian, as he's well, not been in the league for very long. He only raced in Bahrain and unfortunately didn't score any points, so we'll see what this Williams driver can do. I think as long as he's in the nines, he'll probably be quite happy. Probably going to see the grid bunch up a little bit as they get their next sets of laps in. It's already pretty much out of battery, which is it's not going to do him any favours in the run up to the line. You need like a good 50%, and he's probably only going to have about 30. It's not ideal. Still using the ERS there as well. He's going to suffer. Gets a purple sector too as far as the game's concerned, and it did look on the pacier side. But he's losing tenths not having the battery here. This is interesting. Doesn't take the tight line to the lines. That's a lot of 8s. We're talking about 9s, but that's a lot of 8s. We just need someone to do a 109 with all the 9s. That would be pretty nice. What's War doing? Cutting the corner. That's what War's doing. Nice. Kais is on an out lap. Anyone else pushing at the moment? Stewart is. Stay on board with the Red Bulls. He seems to have lagged back there, and it's definitely thrown him off. Might be why he's only in the 9s. I can't lie. Elite's still on his mediums. I love this from him. Getting the practice laps in as well. But no one's challenged Kais yet. Let's see what he's doing differently to other people to get himself so far up the grid. I don't know. Doesn't look like his best lap so far. We'll see what the Sector 2 split is, but I have a feeling he's down by a few tenths. Could be wrong. What's it going to be? Okay, half a tenth. So we'll stay on board then, because he might improve through here. He's got a lot of battery to play with. Let's get a nice bit of cinematic camera as he is barreling down to the line. Doesn't improve though. Unfortunate. Bastian. He's improved by a couple of attempts. He was moved down from F3 when those changes were made. I think he got moved down and Charlie Krishna got moved up, and that was about it.
Yeah, I think it was for F4.
I couldn't tell you what else happened, I can't lie. It's probably pretty poor form from an admin, but I don't really pay attention to that side of things.
I think there was only one other driver who was moved, which was Adam, who then got season ban.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, him. Adam Purvey, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm sure the admins have had loads of fun with recently, with his questions.
Again, I haven't paid attention to it. Jake Bamford improved by 7 tenths to go up to 7th, but I mean, it was quite funny when I was in Mercedes, because Adam was not particularly happy about driving in F1, and he just kind of expected either me or Rogerwell to just go up, I guess, because obviously that's what we wanted to do, as we'd found ourselves some success in F2 at the time, and yeah, that didn't really materialise. And then Mercedes kind of caved in from the inside after that, and well, after being their team principal for 11 minutes, I signed with Aston, so that went well. On board with Mitch Nate though, 2
a
bit
dropped
temps
quite
up.
considerably since everything that's happened with Mercedes. I think they've gone down, what, maybe 2 or 3 positions in overall in the second half.
Yeah, it's not gone great. The only thing I regret with Mercedes was scoring as many points with them as I did instead of my my new team.
Improvement for Mitch.
Nearly takes pole.
Still not enough to beat Linscomb.
No, it's the same 3 at the front as it was 3 weeks ago in Kota, so... Oh, whoa! Nearly got an overtake into the pits. That would have been cool if it was the race. Ooh, Kaiser's on a fast one here. He's found some time, so he's cooled down and gone again. He's run out of battery, so is this going to actually improve? It does. It's a 7.8. It's the first 1 minute 7 that we've seen. I was talking with Luke, who's currently racing in F1 at the moment, about what we thought the F4 pole time would be, and we thought if you get an 8 dead, then you're probably safe. But it's, I mean, this top 5 could all break into the 7s, so it says a lot, really. Doesn't
I
it?
have a feeling that may actually be faster than F3 pole, but I could be wrong.
F3 pole, Luke said it was 107.678.
So pretty close.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Alfie? Alfie, are you good, bro? You're going to disqualify yourself. Okay. Something happened, but now he's fine. That was weird.
I saw the flags, but I was on board with Mitch. I must have missed.
Alfie was just,
It
like,
was now invalid.
against the barrier, which was a bit strange, but he's clearly rectified the situation quite well. What's Bastian doing? He's on medium deployment. You see no strats that I don't. He's a 10th up. I'm going to sort of stay with him for this. What is... I mean, if Bastian's improving and he's got this much battery left, then fair play, but like, he's on medium. Looks more like a race run, but he's quick. Okay, now he's dropped time. I'm just not gonna stay on board. Actually, no, he's spending it all here. What's this? What is this? It's just gonna go in the pits. Yeah, okay. Right. Elite is invalidated.
Jake is also on a lap.
Mr. Bamford, here he is. Right then. So just for everyone, all of the viewers' awareness is it's still the same status quo as pre-season break. Jake Armstrong is still Jake 1 and Jake Bamford is still Jake 2, based on that one fight that happened at one of the tracks at some point in the season. It might have been Imola.
Yeah, that's Jake's.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Jake 2 at the moment, looking to usurp Jake 1. He's only 4 places down in about 3/10 of a second, so he might be on here. Not this time though. He's basically equalled his last lap. Definitely some more in the tank for him. So we've got Sebastian in the Williams. He's on no deploy, so I'm guessing he's just finished a lap. So we'll have a look at Elite, who's getting out of the way. No one is currently on a lap. So let's just stay on board with Liska as he's the first one out to do his final run plan. It's on the hot lap, it's Liska in the house. Let's do an actual full on board for him as we barrel down with the overtake on. Out of turn 3, it's quite a nice run really, as we now make our way to 4 and 5. Why did I think that slow right-hander in Sector 2 was turn 5? That's pretty poor. This is turn 6. I'm going to call this one turn 7. This is turn 7 now. That's what I've decided. We'll see what Liska's... Oh, he's on the grass. That's definitely cost him some time. Just trying to think of who we got on laps behind. I think the most noteworthy one at the moment. Harry Spanswick and Mitch. Liska's lifted off. He's backed out. Okay, so... Yeah, Harry's next, so we'll stay on board with the Aston driver. He's about even through Sector 2, and although wobbly, it didn't seem like too bad of a run out of Junsao. Yeah, corner names. Okay, minor improvement. Carries it to the line. What about Mitch? He's fully backed off. Oh, Mitch is in a bit of a weird position. He's not got a full ERS, and he's accelerated late, so he's going to be a bit slow into turn 1. That's not ideal. Ward's about to start a lap. Did Liska recharge enough? No, but Liska can go again, I think. So, right, I guess it's Mitch again. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it is Mitch. Okay. That's a Ferrari getting out the way.
Robert's about to finish his final line.
What's it going to be?
Battery coming up to the line.
He's improved the place.
By 2/10.
That's what we like to see. I think this has coming to the line is Liska, or Kais. He will get to the line in time, as with the Ferrari of Lowry. Is Lowry finishing a lap? He is. So we'll do him the service of being on board. 4/10 improvement puts him up to P8. It's quite nice, really. So the flag has been waved. Got one of the Williams. It's Jake Armstrong improving by 1/10. Does not gain any positions. Mitch Snape, what can he do? As I press the big Xbox button on my controller. Mitch also in the 7s. It's pretty nice. That Red Bull crossed the line. It was Jake Bamford with an 8.8. That might have just been the time he set. War is invalidated, so no improvements there. Alfie Edeveen. Not the qualifying session he would have liked. What about Steven? It's 2 and a bit temps up at the moment. Low on the battery now, but who knows? Yeah, he does. Alright, nice. And then Stuart Bradbury going to 7th as well. That's very nice. I think it's everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, it is everyone. Just got slow moving Mercedes on the track. Oh no, it's not. Hang on, we've got Kais. Can't forget about the guy on pole. Doesn't actually need to improve, and he probably wasn't anyway. So he's just gonna go into the pits.
Last one is Lowry, who's backed up. Or wasn't all that to begin with. Who knows?
Well, I'm not surprised at the grid order, but I am surprised that F4 got into the 107.8s. I think that's pretty impressive. It's now qualifying done. We'll do a quick grid rundown before we start the session. I'll just check the chat to see if anyone... no one's reporting any issues. So, Kais Van Hussein takes pole position, followed by Mitch Snape in the Alpine. Second, House of War is third with Fuzzy. Alongside that is Harry Spanswick, of course. Don't get the name wrong on that one like I did. Bastian and Jake Armstrong. Jake 1 beating Jake 2, of course, is... I shouldn't say, of course, but anyway, Stuart, Stephen, Sebastian and Lowry round out your top 10. Then you've got Jake Bamford, Robert Jovanovski, Alfie, Elite, Daniel Bakelit kind of went missing and Bart died, so yeah.
Still don't quite know what happened with Daniel there in the pit lane.
I really know.
Just hit the wall, but
yeah, I mean,
I don't think there's much else that he could have done, but I'd assume there is a story behind it.
I mean, I looked in the F4 chat and all I saw was, what the fuck, in all caps, so whatever it is took it by surprise.
I went to the general of the RB server, and all he said was that he got binged. He got binged by F1, so...
Binged by F1. Maybe the game froze and then he crashed in the pits and then it just teleported him on the track. Who knows? Anyway. Fucking racing time, let's go. Mitch venting some frustrations in the F4 chat about nearly getting polled. I don't know if Mitch Snape has got a poll. He hasn't this season. I'm just trying to think for like throughout GRS. Someone will know. Anyway, we've got the lights here, and it is 5 red lights and a long hold. But it is go for F4, and I think Mitch Snape has got an absolute cracker of a start compared to Kais. But Kais still able to hold through turn 1. You've got War side by side with him. Further back, how are we looking? No major contacts that I can see. It is clean through turns 2 and 3. The center S's are cleared for the first time this race. And speaking of race... the Hasses have managed to come away with a 1-2 early doors, which is always very interesting as let's try and get some of the information up. I know the hotkeys, that is really cool with me, hooray. Right, anyway, Mitch Snape on the hards, so the good launch followed up by not the best second phase would be explained by the fact he's on the harder compound of tyres. Hass have split strategies out front, so it might be their intention to let the medium runner lead, pull the teammate along and try and drop the rest of the field here. Further back we have a mid-pack of 3 soft runners, Bastian, Sebastian and Lowry rounding out the top 10 so far. They're going to be looking to clear these hard runners as quickly as possible, and that fight starts with Stephen Trodden. However, he's only 1 position off of 9th, so the manifestation... it's not looking too bad whatsoever. But War has got past his teammate now, and I think that will probably just stay the same. I think if I were Mitch, I would have spent everything I could there to try and force the 2 Hasses to fight a little bit. But they go up the hill into this long right hand. A heavy fuel unsettles the car quite easily, and you see varying lines. I think anyone running wide is just trying not to lift their Mitch mate up your brake balance. It's probably still on 53. It's not what you want. He's sliding, he's flopping around like a fish. That's what we like. Bastian getting past Harry.
Another position. He gets past Harry.
I missed that completely. It must have been superior traction through that the little left-hander loop. Bastian's not looking too bad, but he's going to have to box early. Woohoo! I was going to say those softs die early. I wouldn't expect him to be dying on lap 2. Gets re-overtaken by Harry, which isn't great. Probably get straight past him and probably make them drop off the rest of the pack. I wouldn't be surprised. But, top 5 looking pretty well settled at the moment. Probably want to break away, and I think if
First
Bastian...
penalty already.
Alfie... Daniel Backlick being overtaken by Barton Outing there. It's got vibrating helicam. It's one of my personal favourites. Naturally, we stay on board the vibrating helicopter until the game decides to change the camera. So we do see Harry Spanswick not wanting to back out of getting P6 back. It's still line astern for the top 8. They've broken away from Sebastian in the Williams, who's trying to claw back and get into the 1 second window. He's not spent any battery yet, and I think that lack of spend might be his undoing. Will he get in? Oh, he is getting in. Oh, that's good for him. That's what we like to see. Is see an overtake here. Stuart Bradbury, I think, has made a mistake. He's dropped 2 places now, and Elite has joined the penalty club. So we have a spinning Ferrari as well. That is also Elite. You know, I don't think the last 5 seconds has been very good for that man. We see a dive there from Stuart. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact with Jake. Said to take a compromised line. He's alright, I guess. So Bastion's been dropped by the front 3, so everyone who's still within a fair shout of this championship running away with it already. Which must be frustrating for Harry, who, in the grand scheme of things, currently 5th in the points. If we disregard Charlie Krishna, who's left us, that's 4th. He's down in 6th. He wants to get through, but he's on the hard, so he can't. Not ideal, but Bastion's charging back a little bit here. Might get the DRS again.
But he has. He's broken back into the top 3, bringing drivers behind with him as well.
Yeah, that's very good. So now the top 10 are all back connected with DRS, and it makes me think Bastion made a mistake. He naturally gained back that time very quickly, so he just needs to slipstream to help him out now, so he doesn't have to spend all his battery.
He started 5th. I'd imagine he had a poor start, but he's now 1 position up off his quality.
Yeah, he definitely had a poor start because he was 8th before he started making the moves to get through the pack, and he's left the other soft runners behind quite well. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking too bad for him at the moment. I don't think we're actually seeing any moves. Vibrating helicam. It's only on Harry's Banzer that we get the vibrating helicopter, so if we want a bit of that, then that's fine. Robert Jovanovski has spun and got a 3-second penalty. That is minus front wing plus virtual safety car to neutralise affairs. Should probably be pleasing for anyone who needs to recharge their battery.
This will be good for the soft runners.
Yeah, that is very true.
Also help the hard runners to make the tyres maybe go a little bit longer.
That is very true.
Bastion chooses to get off the soft tyres during this VSC.
I actually kind of rate that strategy with it staying out for as long as it is, because
he's gone to the mediums.
I don't rate that part of the strategy. I'm not going to lie.
Go off the softs onto the mediums.
Alright, maybe they just don't think the hards will do it. Mitch has been dropped on this VSC restart.
Robert has
and Stuart
softs and a new wing.
Huh. Actually, no. Stuart wasn't dropped. He was behind Bastion, so that makes sense. Hards can go to the end from here. We saw it in F2 yesterday. What's his face? Callum Jones, I think, took him 35 laps.
Yeah, he did.
And managed to stick with me, just about on the fresher hards. Which, yeah, I mean, shout out to that drive. That was a very good drive from him. But yeah, Hardson goes to the end. That's the point I'm making here. As Mitch said, to spend to get back into DRS is now Elite has he's made another whoopsie and has been overtaken by his teammate, who's got an entire pit stop ahead of him. It's not ideal. Well, Oh, we got vibrating helicab for Mitch. Mitch is vibrating on the track, and I never thought I would say Mitch is vibrating, but here we are. This is lovely. This is
wonders of F4.
Yeah, I mean, he was...
Bring new statements into the life.
Absolutely. I mean, he was sat in a call yesterday while I was being engineered about, like, how to manage your battery around this track, and, you know, like... He's doing a lot of ERS management at the moment. That's why he's fallen out of the 1 second window currently, which might bite him in the arse, but he's slamming it in none throughout the whole middle sector, and he might have done a bit too much managing, is what I'm trying to say.
He's just about managed to get back into the arse window.
That's true. I mean, if I'm more, I'm getting out of the way and letting my teammate through, and he does so, but he might have got awarded for it. That was so extra.
Maybe just moved over slightly too much.
A little bit. You could have stayed on the black stuff, my friends. We see further back, Barton Outing getting into the points. He's managed to get past Stephen Trodden. Medium's still showing some merit at this stage of the race. Honestly, probably from this point onwards, they start to feel like blocks of cheese. So we see Bart also getting past Alfie Edavine and Stephen wanting a bit of that as well. It's fine, he completed the move on the track, so yeah.
It's technically still...
Stephen had such an overspeed, that was so funny. I think he actually clarted the back of Bart a little bit. Robert Jovanovski pit for softs, I missed that one completely.
Yeah, might be picturing another safety car later into this race.
Yeah, I mean, it
could
would...
just be trying to pick up that extra point for fastest lap early on.
maybe.
Probably far too early, but...
Yeah, it definitely is.
In F3.
Yeah, fastest lap was held in F2 by myself for quite a while, on used tyres on heavy fuel. Elite, who's not had the best time, he's just cut turn 7. He's clearly made another mistake. He doesn't normally just he doesn't deliberately corner cut. But yeah, no, fast.
Tyres on track.
He has retired on track, which is it's what you don't do. As he is now a mobile yellow flag and a safety car risk, which is why we don't do it. I know Elite has sort of changed some things with like setup and stuff, and like his braking is like being launched back. So it's not like he's doing it to be a knob. Like Elite is not a knob. He's had the privilege of speaking to him a few times. He's quite a sound guy, but clearly just not wanting to be a burden on track. Just don't retire on track again is all I'm going to say to that one. The league will come after you, and they'll hold you ransom in the form of penalty points.
Penalty points are not what you want.
No. Penalties of any kind are not what you want, as Harry's just discovered. The only one in this top 5 trained to have penalties. He's gone on the grass! Oh, no.
Ashton does pick up the fastest lap though.
Oh, Bakalic's died. That's a safety car.
Almost in the same spot as Quattro.
Right, you know who this sucks for? Anyone who has currently not pit from their hard tyres, which would be anyone running that strategy. So what do you do from here?
Which would be Osterburn, Harry, Mitch, and Kais. 3 of the top 5.
Yeah.
Which is not great for them.
Yeah, I mean, the only redemption for them would be the presence of mind to choose the harder tyre strategy, pit onto something else, and then just come in again. And then hope you can overtake people.
I think Roberts maybe made a mistake, as he comes out on the inters. Unless it is going to rain.
I mean, if it does... It's looking cloudy, actually. It is looking really cloudy.
Like a happy day in Brazil.
Wait, has Robert cooked? Wait. Hang on a minute.
Jake's gone on to softs, which makes me think it might actually get rain in this race.
You know, the thing is, as well, is no one's boxing from where they're at the front either, which is inexcusable if you're on the mediums unless there is a big reason to stay out, like rain. Wait, hang on. I'm sure Robert wants to treat these inters nice, as I'm assuming he's predicting rain and he's staying out.
Well,
he's staying out? Would you rain?
It is a difficult... We could be, because Jake's gone on to another set. No, not another set, sorry. That was the other Williams that was on softs. Jake has gone on to softs, the other one has gone on to hards. Whether... We could be seeing rain, but just...
Split decisions here. I mean, from the general behaviour that I'm seeing, I'm going to assume that Robert has just played the ultimate gamble and has probably gone on to the inters a bit too quickly. I don't blame him for trying it, as it would buy him so many free positions in the race, but I think ultimately what we're seeing here is just everyone else holding out until the rain. Jake Armstrong pitting for softs probably just wants to claim a few positions between now and when the heavens open. We shall see. Safety car might just decide to come in at the end of this lap. I don't really know how it works, but you know, it'll probably just stay out for another one. Oh no, Robert's going into the pits. I reckon we'll see a set of soft tyres, if he's got any left. We're seeing another set of intermediate tyres. So Robert was 52 seconds behind the safety car when he came out of the pits on his first set of inters, and has clearly ruined them to a point where he's had to get another set. He feels it best to be on fresh inters for the restart. He comes out of the pits now.
No sign of rain yet.
Yeah. He's 46 seconds, so he's gained 6 seconds, but his inters were clearly not liking the way the car was being driven. The safety car is staying out for another lap.
Well, it could catch up.
Is anyone gonna box? Probably not. It's not raining, so no. What Robert needs is for it to absolutely chuck it down right now. Like, we're talking Holy Bible, Noah's Ark level of rain.
Realistic Brazil rain that we saw last year.
Literally. It needs to look like a night race and then flood. But it's not doing that.
There's a gap in the safety car. I don't know whether something has gone on in there.
Bart's fuel burning, so I think the gap's just naturally opening and closing a little bit. He does need to stay within 10 car lengths, which he's not doing at the moment, so if anyone wants to get stroppy about that, they have grounds to as far as the rulebook's concerned, but from a personal opinion, I don't think he's really doing anything bad. It's not like he's aggressively braking or anything, he's just burning
like
fuel.
The safety car could go in at this point, so as long as he's closed it by the time it's going in,
yeah,
that's not cause much of an issue.
And Robert's onto the back of the train now as well, so we'll see this get called at the end of Sector 2. Right then. Here we go. So I'm going to hop on board with one of the Hasses. We'll go on board with War. Actually, we'll go on board with Liska, as he needs to keep the car above the pit speed limit, which is 50 miles per hour, which he's currently doing. He's trying to go, and he's getting the limit.
I think it is raining.
Well, Jake Bamford's just gone in and then has driven into the pit, and then also he's gone in and then driven into the pit. Well done, David. Great choice of words, mate. He drove into the pit wall and then got a 10-second penalty.
Onto the inters. I think I saw some specks of rain off that restart, and I think I'm seeing them now.
It is raining. It is raining.
We are getting rain. Robert may have wasted the first set of inters, but
so yeah, I mean,
could be on a masterclass now.
It's not a slam dunk for him at this point in time, because it needs to be raining and the inters be faster. At the moment, it's just raining, so his tyres are still overheating because he's driving at racing speed. But I mean, to a degree, if everyone else in front of him also comes in and boxes for inters, then the strategy plays the same anyway. This is rather interesting stuff, I can't lie. Everyone's staying out though. They've recognised it's not wet. DRS has been enabled post safety car, which is the opposite of what Robert would like to see as a pop up. Harry Spanswick getting quite a nice move down the inside of Stuart Bradbury there, and Stuart Bradbury has rejected his offer of overtake. That's going to be reported by Harry, I reckon. That was, if I may be so bold to say, Stuart's fault. Oh, it's getting slippery. Harry's he's all the way down to 8th. Make that 9th, so Sebastian's getting past as well. Whew. Would not want to be Harry on 14-lap-old hards at this point in time.
No, if I had to choose someone I would want to be, I want to be Jake on these softs.
I had a feeling you said that, which is why I've hopped on board with him. Is he's now 5th.
He's closed that gap down.
Yeah, the softs are looking pretty
has closed the
groovy.
gap on Mitch.
Until then, pulled a stanky leg out of Jinsao. But it's still not wet enough. It's not even close to being wet enough. Yeah, I don't know. This is like one of those rainy periods where like it might actually never just get wet. It's just like minimum rain. Like it's not even on the halo, it's so light. One thing I will say is Mitch Snape seems to be struggling ever so slightly compared to the pace of the leaders. But it'll probably just come back to him as everyone finds their groove. I don't think he'll get dropped. He's got a nice one out of there, has he? Not quite. He's got a bit of grass on his tyre for good measure as well. He might be dropped. Yeah. He's out of DRS, but he's going to spend a lot of battery, so it probably won't even matter. Oh, hello, Wall's gone in. Now this is important because this is his scheduled stop. As Mitch gets sent by Bastian there.
I'd imagine he's going on to the inters. I don't see.
I think he's just going to go on the hards, to be honest. Like, it's not wet enough. Like, no, he's on the inters.
He is on to them.
Now I'd want to be on the hards because, like, you're going to come out of the pits not knowing if that was the right choice. It's still barely raining. Anyone on inters is driving about a second per lap slower than anyone who's not on the inters.
It could just be the question of whether he's doing it to provide some useful information for his teammate to see whether he goes on to the inters. Maybe,
but with the amount of points that Wall's been gaining, he's already overtaken his teammate. He's within a fair shout of a good spot in the championship. I'm not sure we'd go that far to help him, but I don't know. I think he just thinks Inters is the right choice, and Kais is following as well. So
is Mitch.
I don't know. This is so annoying.
Now this, if they both go on to inters as well, it won't matter as much. But
it's too early. It's like
is on the so's Mitch.
I don't know about this. I don't know if it's raining enough for the inters to actually work.
DRS is. I haven't seen the DRS has been disabled.
No, it's still on. Like, it's raining like a tiny bit heavier now, but like it's still. I think it's still in the territory of slicks are quicker. But then
it is an early call, but their tyres were probably getting into dead regions.
Well, that's yeah, especially for the sliding.
They wouldn't want to make 2 pit stops.
No, that's the other thing that I was, you know, sort of thinking as well. Is like that's probably what's made them all go on to the intermediates. Is if it's going to get wetter, or yeah, I mean, if it's going to get wetter, and then there's any chance of it like being in those conditions, you just fit the inters right. But like, the fresh inters will be quicker than their worn hards that they were on. I mean, War didn't actually really gain anything on Liska. War lost time. So actually, I don't know. Maybe they have messed up. And maybe none of them will win the race. You know who I think might? This is my prediction now. I think Bastien Vries.
I was thinking
gonna win.
He's in a good position.
If it stays like this, he just boxes for mediums again. As Jake Armstrong emerges from the pits, splitting the Hasses. So that overcuts work to treat. Yeah, I actually, all of my money, I've gone all in on Bastien Vries to win this race.
I definitely would not want to be Harry right now on 18 lap hards in the rain.
No, I mean, if I was Harry unboxing at like the end of lap 20 and going on mediums, I don't think in this position here as a driver, I would box for inters yet.
Strike both in.
Oh, Harry. Well, if it wasn't a write-off already, it is now. But I don't... Harry doesn't...
He's onto the socks.
Ooh.
But strike goes for inters as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I pass. I think, honestly, mediums from here is the play. Like, if it's not DRS disabled, the track is wet, inters conditions at this point, with how long it's been raining, I don't think it will be. Harry Spanswick is barely behind Mitch, and all of these inters runners are probably just dying a little bit on the inside. Wars managed to switch his on, but is that actually him switching his on, or is that Kais overheating his? Oh dear. I don't think overheating inters even make it to the end either. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they're all gonna box on like lap 27 or something for softs. Spot someone else. I've been doing a lot of watching people on intermediates as Alfie Edevine, who's stayed out on his 10-lap-old hards, makes his way up into P3, and if the intermediate drivers really are losing time, these will convert into net positions.
That gap quite quickly. Only 2 laps ago, he was 2.2 seconds down.
Oh, Spanswick coming in to serve the penalty. He might have toggled to softs here just to get the quick run round the track. He might go on to mediums from this point. We are going to watch the entire 10 seconds get served. Those are intermediates that the pit crew are holding. No, Harry, no!
Perhaps it's wetter than it looks.
It's looking... It's looking fairly wet. The track is looking greasy. I think if people pit onto intermediates from this point onwards, I wouldn't blame them for it. But I don't think it was the correct decision several laps ago. I think that will be the stance I take on this. Like, Whoa, power sliding there, and that indicates that his tyres are probably overheating. That looked very easy to slide the car, so... Or was it an elaborate tactic to gain DRS on Jake Armstrong and then re-overtake him anyway? Yep, there we go, well, wonderful. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, Jake spins, but not spins?
Yeah, that was a visit from our old friend Lag, I think. Right.
I was thinking that was just...
Let's do gap to leader. So I want to see if the gap between Bastion and Moore grows or shrinks. It looks to be growing. Quite quickly, actually. I know I said I wouldn't blame people for going onto the inters at this point. That is mainly just because the surface is slippery and it is raining a bit more intensely now. But I think from this point onwards, Bastion can come in whenever he wants and box onto another set of mediums. He might actually stretch the stint out and go for softs.
The current top four going into Lowry.
I swear to God, if you go onto intermediates. He's gone onto intermediates! The herd mentality is crazy. But he stayed out on the dries for longer, so he has gained to the front runners. And I think he'll come out and see, oh, hang on a minute, I'm only a few seconds off the leaders and I'm breathing down the neck. Am I on the right tyres? Because they're clearly not doing very well on them. I mean, that being said, the net race leaders on the mediums are starting to claw a little bit of time back. Harry!
Harry gets another
Okay, that explains it. Oh my God.
Clearly not very happy with the state of the track.
He's not had a fun race. He's been clarted, shown the door, ran off the road, made some mistakes of his own, penalised for track limits, penalised for speeding in the pits. Yeah.
But as of right now, not many people with penalties.
Oh, I think the inters have switched on. Or the mediums have fallen off. Because
I guess we'll be on the mediums.
Yeah, I'm still leaning that way as well. I mean, I don't see it raining any more than it was, and the DRS is still on. So, hell if I know.
Alright, after retiring, Harry has taken to F4 chat.
Is
not happy.
He may be directing some of that not happiness towards a certain Red Bull driver. I don't think Harry really does the whole calling people out for thing in like public chats. He's a pretty classy dude.
No. Unlike some of the other tiers, but they're clearly not very happy with some of their rice. Yep, rice.
To be honest,
not very happy with their racing peers, is what I meant.
Their racing peers. Oh, Robert's died.
Robert.
Oh, this is perfect for Bastion. He was coming in anyway.
Comes in perfect.
No, he spin it to the pits.
Oh,
no. He had the world in his hands.
So does Alfie.
Oh, he's got on the intermediates as well. I mean, it might be the right choice now. And like, honestly, if you're ahead of everyone else, you might as well match the strategy, right? Someone do something different. Stephen, go on the softs. Oh, everyone's on the inters.
No. They're all in for new sets of inters.
Wait. Hang on.
Well, they're not. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Bastion's got a penalty. Alfie's got a penalty. Lowry stayed out. Okay, right.
Wow.
Stephen Trodden.
Stephen could be on the win here after me predicting him P9. I feel like now it's out of spite to prove that I'm not very good at predicting.
No, but then like we spoke about second place. You're like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind him going second. Like, you know, penalties. You know, get the penalty people away from this. I mean, second it is. Not bad. It's pretty good.
Wouldn't be opposed.
Straight ban for the lap down. No. That's good. You can probably box this lap, but I'd wait. Not wear out the intermediates. Oh, you silly goose!
What's happened?
Jake could have stayed out for another lap to preserve tyre wear on the inters that he's pitting onto, and he's not done that. These are mediums! Yes! Okay, alright, actually, you know what? This gives the mediums...
Maybe we won't be wrong, alright.
This gives the mediums longer to warm up, so actually, this might be the way to go. This might be the way to go. I'm supporting Jake Bamford big time as he power slides out.
He's got Verstappen's helmet on. Let's see if he can put on a sort of Verstappen Brazil 2024 drive.
I would assume not. He's already clattered the pit lane wall on his mediums.
Yeah.
Wall's got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits. That's a penalty. Race over, I think. Another 10-second on the board. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Bastian has 10. Alfie has 16.
Ew.
And Wall has 10.
Bad news bears if you're driving a Haas. Oh.
Once 1-2, now 10-11. 10 seconds of penalty.
Harvey Conway will not be pleased. Alright, I need to see, like, from Jake's POV if the mediums are actually good, because I could have been slagging the whole thing off this entire time, but... I mean, he's staying out, it's a good sign.
Daniel has put in a POV for his incident, I'll see what happened now.
Ooh. Was that the one where he just, like, died randomly in corner? Jake definitely got a warning on the safety car. That car's looking unstable.
Same thing that Gladius did in the F2 race yesterday.
Oh. That's not ideal. Right then. How's it looking from Bamford's POV? It's not looking horrendous, I can't lie. I mean, he's being helped out by the traction, but it's not looking too bad. Sebastian's pitting from P11. Getting rid of the 7-lap-old inters to put fresher ones on. It's a smart move from him. Use the fresher rubber, not lose any positions for it. I wonder what's going through Bastian's head at the moment.
I would imagine he's probably just beating himself up over that 10 second.
That is rough. That is very rough. It was right there, like literally the safety car came out as he was already pulling into the pits. Didn't lose any time. And then gets swiped with a penalty. I think he could have slammed on a bit more for the brakes, like he was just cruising in. What's the World Drivers' Championship like? Well, you see. Currently, we have Charlie Krishna, P1, 130 points, but doesn't race in F4 anymore, so it doesn't matter. Mitch Snape, P2, 114 points. And then there's a big gap back to Jake Armstrong, who's on 79 points. Nick Petrovic, not racing, 75. Matched by Harry Spanswick, 75, is racing. Harry Spanswick should actually be 4th because he's got a P2 and Nick hasn't. They've both got 1 win each. So, but anyway, we're going to go back to racing conditions in a moment. We'll see how that one goes. There's a lot of side-by-side under safety car, which I can't say I'm a big fan of. Let's get the gap to leader turned off now, because that's confusing me.
Jake already up 2.
Damn.
Loses 1.
Oh,
and gets 3 seconds.
Moore's rear-ended Barton Outing, I'm pretty sure. Right, Mitch wants to negotiate traffic quickly, but I don't think any moves are being done. Stuart Bradbury actually Trying to make a pass. Mitch might be getting the double here as we're 3 wide. Not anymore. We still kind of are. Oh, now definitely not.
Carnage in the back.
Oh my god.
As a Red Bull hits.
That was always going to end up in chaos. I'm surprised that despite how much contact there was, Stuart pulled a nice cheeky 360. Mitch was on the grass and held it. And then whoever else was involved, I think Bart, just kind of in the middle of it a little bit. But Mitch is up to 5th. He could win. I can't lie. I mean, he's got the championship to think about as well, so I don't think he wants to go health and leather here and push to win. It's now Inter's conditions, I will say. You can see there's little particles on the track and no dry line. It is now intermediates conditions. I don't think we'll ever get the DRS turned back on. So it would have turned on now because it triggers on lap 2. So it is actually wet now. Alright, okay, Jake. I supported your strategy. I supported your thought process. Unfortunately, in this instance, it has not worked.
And I imagine Jake was also harmed in that. I don't even know what to call it. I'll call it an incident, but I don't know. Cluster.
I think at worst he's just got out of the way for his teammate, but he's losing time because the track is wet. He's losing way too much time for anything else. Like corner exit, he's dropping at least half a second at the exit of every corner now. This is going to make things really interesting. Mitch trying to get past Stephen Trodden, who was applying nearly 0 minimum speed through the Alex Albon corner. Mitch will want to get past here, and it's looking probable. Might try and hang it out around the outside. Stephen, ever the good racer, recognising this and providing a good amount of space. But I don't think I'd want to forfeit the racing line from that position either. But that is Mitch Nate now up into 4th on track. Penalties aside, it's a net 2nd. She's chasing after Lowry Espelto. A little part of me here, having been in GRS for over 2 years now, having raced Lowry in F3 back in the day, I'm rooting for Lowry. Just having a good performance today, which is always nice. Jake Bamford has retired in the pits. Very courteous of him to brake for the pit entry and not get a 10-second penalty. It caught me by surprise a bit, I can't lie. Mitch Snape on the back of Lowry here, who was dropping from the 2 in front. Those older intermediates not serving him particularly well. Mitch looking around the outside. Oh, hello, yeah. Yeah, he's fully gone. He must have just locked the rears or something and spun under braking. Kais has not had the most entertaining intermediates run of his life. So he's actually got front wing damage, so that would explain that one. I thought it was War who got the damage, to be honest. I know War has also got damage. Right, okay. Both Hatters with a missing end plate on their front wings, so won't be collecting as many points as they looked like they were going to, as Mitch Snape now spending everything he can to get past Lowry down the inside, and I think Lowry sort of lets him go past. Could have thought that with the ERS, but didn't. So we've got 5 laps after this one, and as it currently stands, Mitch Snape, Lowry Espelto and Stephen Trodden will be stepping on the podium, which is a pretty cool prospect, I have to say, although War is not backing down despite the penalty. Gets past Lowry. I don't know what it is, but when War loses a front wing end plate, he just goes on a rampage.
You could say he goes to war.
It could be said that he matches his namesake. Yeah, absolutely. Rocking the number 54 on his car, so 1 higher than the racing number I use. I rate that. Anyone who's got a racing number in the 50s, massive respect. That's what we like. See too many 69s and 66s.
Oh, 56.
Hey, what number?
96.
96. Ah, that sounds.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Does your racing number have any sentimental meaning?
No, I just like the number 96.
To be fair, it's a pretty cool number. It's a pretty nice one. I would run 98 because that was the year I was born, which shows my age, but I thought it was probably a bit too generic. But no, yeah. Number 53 is the one we use. Mitch using 29, that might mean something, I don't really know. What about Alfie? This gives us a chance to look at everyone. Number 5, Sebastian Vettel. Classic. No Bastian. Through Jinsao. Where's the Merc number? Is it on the nose?
Yes it is.
Yeah, we're not going to really get a nose cam, to be fair, are we? It's definitely wet now if it wasn't before. We're in the prime intermediates conditions.
The surprise of rain is definitely a welcome one.
Yeah, it definitely is. As War has overtaken Mitch and has continued that warpath. I don't think Mitch will care. The penalties are very easy for him to stay within the window of, and he's very clear of Lowry. But, however, did get past Stephen Troughton. Is now in a potential podium position.
Stephen does look to be slightly struggling on the intercondition.
Yeah, he's not having a great time. He's shoved it in non-ERS mode as well, and that encouraged Jake Armstrong to have a bit of a look down the inside. Backed out of it, however, so... interesting. There's not really much to be said, really, at the moment. The front three have all got substantial penalties. They just try and break away and get as clear as they can. And to be honest, it probably explains why War is on the warpath. He wants to at least claim something in this race. It's looking pretty good. Full battery. Mr. Management over here, as well as Mr. Missing Front Wing Pace, is... Phew. This weather, it's raining and my tyres are cooked on 100 degrees. It probably... It has to rain a little bit more than a few drops for the inters to be fine. I think when you boxed it, although it was raining, wasn't the right time, unfortunately. If you speak to your endgame engineer, he will tell you what tyres are better. Just so.
That in the background, that was Stephen getting on the grass, being a bit shaky.
He is now 10th.
He has dropped down to 10th.
Ouch. He's probably given War P9 from doing that, from the looks of things. Don't know really. Let's have a look at these penalties so we can see what we're dealing with. 10, 16 and 10 seconds respectively. Yeah, it's going to kind of be weird watching the person who's fourth on track take the win, but it is what it is. Bart Nauting looking to sniff up the rear of Lowry's Ferrari.
However, if Mitch does keep this position, he will go to first in the championship.
He will, and to be honest, I'll pretty much wrap things up as well. I don't think he'll win Will he win mathematically? He's 50... No, he won't.
No, I don't think so.
No. It would pretty much seal the deal for him. Which I don't think he'll mind all that much either, to be honest, so... Yeah, it's looking pretty great. I can't lie. Good work for him.
Certainly proving his lock-in was worth it.
Yeah, definitely was the right choice to make, and to be honest, if he wasn't locked in, I would be, even I would be challenging Jack's decision on that one. Can't have Mitch as a free agent, because he'll get snapped up straight away. He'll be the first pick in the new draft.
He was going to be my first pick in the draft for this season. Apparently I didn't have a first round pick and I wasn't made aware of that.
No, that kind of sucks. I'm trying to think of who was running RB before you.
Before me was Lucas Hodes.
Oh, okay.
And then there was someone before him.
I think the person before him was Mitch. I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So we're getting 3 seconds of penalties and...
I think it was Mitch,
oh, we're on Alfie coming to blows. This is less traction than... Well, I mean, if that corner had less rain on it, I guess. That's what I'm going to say with that one. But War inherits P2 on track, and I mean, he was going to be Alfie anyway.
Getting onto the on-track podium.
Now, the on-track podium, as we all know, is much important than the net podium, and is the only.
Speeding penalties, Bastion Vries would have potentially won this race.
That would have been a Bastion Vries masterclass. I mean, in some respects, it still is, but. Yeah, only from a strategy perspective, because his race result is not going to reflect the brilliance that he displayed. The Bastion will get 8th overall, unless anyone makes a mistake in the lower reaches of the points. Where we round the final corner, and as Bastion is the first car on track, we will see him cross the line to take the checkered flag. P1 on track. But he will descend as more P2 on track will also descend.
Gets past Lowry.
Oh, interesting. Anyway, I shouldn't say, but anyway, like Stewart didn't do something cool. Stewart did do something cool, and it's netted him a P3. Wow, okay. Just manages to finesse his way onto the podium. I should have been a lot more interested in that than I was. Oh, wow, okay, Mitch Snake, P1, Bart Nouting, P2, and Stuart Bradbury, P3. I'm liking this podium. I can't lie. That's pretty cool. It's going to be really interesting, as I'm still going to put Lowry in my driver of the day vote for playing the strategy the best out of anyone who...
I would definitely... Personally, I would still put Bastion on there, even...
Yeah. Bastion will be he'll be going on. He played the strategy well. If I put Mitch on driver of the day, he will win the vote.
Probably. Maybe don't put him on it then. No, I can't do that. He does deserve
it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him on, aren't I? Sort of the defining race of the season.
A 4th, and I missed who was the in-game driver of the day.
So did I.
I think it actually was Mitch. I saw an Alpine over there, he's the only Alpine. So yeah, it was the in-game was Mitch.
I'm trying to get race director, and I can't.
Stumbrad. Stuart could.
My screen is black. I can't get race director.
Hang on. Not going screenshots. Oh, it's going to be tedious getting a screenshot. Oh, never mind, it's gone. I got the first page.
That's better than nothing. Maybe, hopefully, potentially someone got it. We all saw it on the stream. That was just a black screen, so lucky.
There are already reports being made in F4.
Well, I'm not doing interviews because I just really can't be bothered, to be honest. I don't know what I'd waffle about, so we're going to do a little bit of ending the stream now, I think, to be honest, and playing some Minecraft, which is what we like to do. But anyway, yeah, woohoo! GRS is back. That was exciting, wasn't it? As we round off this week. For anyone who enjoyed what they saw, well, guess what? It's 3 more streams of the Brazilian Grand Prix that you can go and watch, which is always nice. Personally, I don't actually know which one was the best. Might have been F3, I can't lie. Might have been F4, because, you know, carnage and strategy and things like that. Yeah, F1. who knows? F2, don't watch F2. It's just rubbish. But yeah, anyway, we'll be back on Monday for the Australian Grand Prix. Great. Monday, 7 PM UK time. F3 will be taking us down under for what will probably be a very good race indeed. So yeah, tune in and you better like this video. I'm looking at you, Connor Hawken. He might still be watching. He commented a bunch. Apparently he couldn't hear you, which is always good to hear right at the end of the stream, but no one else put it in beforehand.
No,
so...
I did check actually at the start.
Yeah, no one else said anything about it, so it might be him.
I could hear me when I checked the stream at the start.
Sound. Well, anyway, thank you people who have watched the stream, and